The federal government has been collecting all sorts of data on citizens, but does a terrible job at organizing its own data, especially when it comes to spending. The issue? They are using 20th century technology to track the 21st century. The federal government is so large and expansive that it doesn't even have a full list of all the different agencies, departments, and programs. In addition, all of these different organizations do not report in the same place or in a standard format, making all of the information unsearchable, incomplete, and not transparent to taxpayers. The Data Transparency Coalition is a trade association advocating for data reform. Hudson Hollister is their executive director.
We would like to see federal spending fully standardized and fully published. That means on a transaction-by-transaction level, everything is public, available for all to see.
But if the government published all this data in an easily accessible place, would the public like what they see? Joseph Cole, formerly from the U.S. Office of Management and Budget, had this to say.
Can you imagine if you unleashed all of this data and you had a lot of gray-haired people like me with nothing better to do than sit on my computer following the money that my congressman or senator is spending in my district? I mean, you're going to have like 2 million pairs of eyes watching everybody in this country in the way they spend money. So I think there's just a tremendous power there that's ready to be unleashed. So I think the public will love it.
The U.S. Treasury Department already has the authority to implement these reforms. They're just not fully flexing that power. So Congressman Darrell Issa introduced the Data Act, which mandates that the government standardize and publish all financial documents.
Anytime that you want to update is to say you have to give up your legacy, you have to comply with a common standard. You're going to get some resistance unless there's an order to do so, and we believe that that's what the Data Act can force.
Darrell Issa, the chairman of the Government Oversight Committee, also sent a strong letter to the SEC chair, which expresses
my disappointment that we haven't gone all digital, that we continue to have transcribing errors, and that it's unnecessary. We believe that pushing to get 10Ks to be truly online in their original format and checked not only reduces costs, but it'll increase reliability.
On September 10th, Issa launched an investigation into the U.S. Security and Exchange Commission on their implementation and enforcement of the Interactive Data Rule. Representative Jared Polis doesn't think this is a partisan issue.
Really, I just think it takes a little extra work. I mean, the easiest thing is to do nothing and continue for your system to be arcane and inaccessible, all these problems that we have and the lack of interoperability. The challenge is doing something.
Advocates for open data reform said it would also open new, innovative technology markets.
Lines of code will replace layers of lawyers. The burden of compliance will be lifted without sacrificing oversight. We will see a productivity boom, I firmly believe, comparable to the introduction of the PC. We will see economic growth, new jobs, people lifted out of poverty.
But unfortunately, with so many pressing issues in front of Congress, can they make data reform a priority?
Congress can walk and chew gum at once, and we'll get to work on these other issues as well.
Lawmakers usually wait for a crisis to make moves. Hopefully, they standardize government data before the next one so the public can see the true cost of it. In Washington, I'm Perianne Boring, RT.